Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel, I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to role-playing. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Saracen Zero, and this week we have a recap of the dungeon recently completed by AzureWolf, BlindOracle, Fear No Equal, and LongFish. First, I'll replay the 6 encounters that made up the Goblin Warrens, and then we'll talk about the encounters that we thought deserved more commentary. If you've recently watched those encounters, I'll put a timestamp for the start of the discussion in the description below. All of our heroes made it home after this one, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, you guys encounter a Goblin Warren. Got 4 goblins here, 2 that are currently equipped with bows, 2 that are currently equipped with scimitars and shields. They all have the same weapons, but the weapons that they're currently wielding are bows and scimitar and shield. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative. Anybody get above a 20? Alright, anybody get between a 15 and a 20?
I got a 15.
We're a bunch of real fast ones.
Goblins are going to go ahead of you guys. Who has between a 10 and a 15?
I have a 10.
So let's start off with the goblin. Goblins inside the cave. They don't like the look of you guys. They don't want to rush out. One in front is going to step forward and dodge. The one behind him is going to... they can take disengage and hide actions as a bonus action. So their best bet is to hide behind these rocks here. We're going to take a shot at... The guys in the back have cover. Their AC... I guess we're going to take a shot at the fighter. Probably has the lowest AC at the front. Their stealth is a 16. Does a 16 beat your passive perception, fighter?
It does, 13.
Alright, so they are hidden for you. They have advantage on their attack rolls. They got a 19 plus, so that's going to connect. So you're going to take 1 arrow to the face. Take 6 points of piercing damage.
Gotcha.
Archer number 2, alright, he doesn't have any spot to hide, so he's going to move to there. And then the other guy is going to, he's got some opportunities. He's got 30 feet movement. He's going to go there. Alright, after that is the Cleric.
I see that my friend has taken an arrow, so I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Go ahead and roll that up.
5 plus 2 plus Cleric level.
Plus spell level. 5 plus 2 plus spell level. That'll be 8.
So that'll put me back up at maximum because I was at 6 of 12.
I'm gonna move 25 closer towards the goblins.
Okay. There is difficult terrain on here. Red is dangerous terrain, yellow is difficult terrain, black is impassable terrain.
I will go southeast 1, and then 1, 2, 3 more. Do I have enough movement to get up there, or no?
1, 2, 3, 4. You got 1 more square of movement.
If I can still move up, I'll move up.
Wizard.
I will move to the side to kind of give myself a little bit of room to shoot, and we'll fire a ray of frost.
Is it 23?
Please do that with disadvantage. This guy dodged.
Sure. 24.
Even better. Sounds good. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
6 on the die.
No modifiers for frost, so 6 points to the goblin.
Gonna slide back in.
Slide back on him. Maintain that cover. What do you think? Is the fighter going to move?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go somewhere else with your movement?
Yeah. Behind the tree. Sounds good.
Quick question, what do you mean when you say dangerous terrain?
Dangerous terrain, involuntary movement into it, you're going to take d6 damage.
No, I've got a flanker, so we'll just go ahead and move up to the goblin. Perfect. And 1 attack. Dice plus 5. At disadvantage, a 9 misses.
The offhand attack. Same attack modifier, it's a d4, no bonus damage for the offhand attack.
Sure, we can see if this connects. Miss. Same number.
Fighter.
Go ahead and move me up to the corner between the rogue and the cleric. And in fact, I'll push on ahead to 2 spots south, past the cleric. And then we'll attack the guy with the shield, try and get him out from behind me. Rolling with disadvantage. That is a dirty 20.
Sounds good. That'll definitely connect. Go ahead and roll damage.
12 damage total.
Back to the goblins. Warrior number 2. Gonna go hunt that wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll go there. I can disengage and hide. So I'm gonna roll to hide. Does a 19 beat your passive perception, wizard?
Yeah.
Okay, so then he is hidden from you. Alright, archer number 2. We're gonna shoot the rogue. Alright, let's give that a shot. 6 to hit. That's clearly a miss. Archer number 1 is going to fall back, still have line of sight. So I'll go for the clear shot, which is the Cleric. Alright. Natural 1 misses. Those are my archers, such as they were. Cleric.
I'm gonna move up and try to hit it with my hammer. If I move behind him, will I trigger a attack of opportunity or no?
Nope, you're not leaving his threatened space.
Alright, let's bonk this thing. I don't think 5 is gonna hit.
5 is not going to hit.
Away from the danger zone? If I move one more space to the left.
Still within his threat range, so you do not eat an attack of opportunity. Wizard, what do you got?
Well, feeling like I'm kind of out here in no man's land. I'm
Yeah.
going to put up some mage armor. Kind of move forward to kind of see where the group is, and then kind of start moving towards them.
Rogue.
So I'm pretty slow, relatively speaking. I'm going to try and move up to pick up the archer in front of us and hope the fighter can get the archer in the back. Dice at +5 with short sword. Does a 13 hit?
13 is exactly what you need. He does not have a shield.
That's getting sneak, so 2d6 +3. For 9.
He drops. That was 2 squares of movement. You've got 3 left and a bonus action.
I have no reason to... I have a bonus action, but nothing...
You can throw with your offhand.
And I assume I have no reason to suspect that we saw the other goblin loop around the back.
I don't think you would have been able to see him, though.
Cool. Yeah, then I'll sneak up 2 more squares on the diagonal, standing next to the cleric. If I'm gonna throw it, I gotta go in front of the cleric.
You can throw from there, and then you have a movement to get into behind the cleric for cover.
What's the range on a dagger?
They're 20-60.
Cool, we'll pop up and throw it then, see if I get anything out of this. I don't suppose a 10's gonna hit.
10 is not. Back into cover behind the cleric. Fighter.
Go ahead and charge me up front there, just move into the diagonal of him. Yeah, and we're just going to go ahead and take our swing. No advantage or disadvantage. Natural 20.
Sounds good. That'll hit.
I was not expecting to need 2 d12s today. Call that 14 damage.
14 damage, clearly enough. My turn with the warrior. He's going to go for his attack against you. Yep, he's going to get a 19 to hit you. That's going to hit armor. And take 4 points of slashing damage from a scimitar. Wizard. I was here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can, so I was thinking to bonus action disengage, but I actually want to fight you at melee. You're better at range than I am. Cleric.
There's a... What is it in the back? I am going to back up. Go up 1, then go up right 1. Do I have a line of sight?
Yeah, you got line of sight from there. It would be cover, but if you're doing what I think you're doing, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame it is. All right. DC.
13.
He succeeds on his save, which I think means no damage. Do you want to move more?
Yeah, I'll try to go back.
Okay. You got 3 more squares.
Alright, yeah, I'll make space, yeah.
Make space, you got it. Wizard.
What's he wearing?
You can see on him leather armor carrying a shield.
Yeah, let's try a shocking grasp. That is a 15.
15 is what you need.
8.
8 points of damage. That is lethal. And that drops the final warren. This encounter is inside the warren. You're fighting 2 goblins and a hobgoblin. Goblins currently have bows. Hobgoblin is wearing chainmail, carrying a shield, so they're pretty tough. Long sword, long bow.
So I figure Hobgoblin's my job?
Yeah, probably. Or at least hold it down till we can get to it.
Sounds good. Everyone go ahead and roll for initiative.
God, my initiatives are crap.
Who's got above a 20? Alright, who's got 20 through 15? Okay, I got a 20, so 15 through 10.
10-3.
10 minus 1.
5 to 10.
Big old 6.
5.
Here's a preview of the terrain. You've got dangerous terrain spikes on the outside, but mostly just difficult terrain on the inside. Hobgoblin, he's melee, but you're in the best position outside. You guys have the cover. I think the best thing for them to do is to ready actions. He's going to move to here and ready an action to attack anyone who enters. The goblins are going to aim bows at the door and ready action to attack anyone who enters. Rogue.
That's the world's worst choke point. God, do Do I have to disengage to get in the room? I think I do.
Not disengage. Dodge, maybe.
So you can move to here and see him. He's got cover. You've got line of sight to him. He's got cover, but you've got him if you want to give it a shot. Pun intended.
Sure. We'll take the shot. Does a 21 hit?
21 hits. One shot that goblin.
I suppose if I max the damage roll, I can, yeah.
It's a 50-50. You got +3 on the damage roll.
7?
7 is it.
That is an arrow I do not have to walk into.
There we go.
So the lesson here is move the goblins to the walls and then ready action. Don't stand in the doorway.
The actual lesson here is just take the shot, even if it's a low percentage play.
Yeah, you miss all the shots you don't take. You got movement. That's only a single square of movement. I don't know if you're still worried about range attacks, but you could get into cover.
No, I'm good right there.
All right, Cleric.
I can move past friendly, right?
Yeah, you can move through friendly squares.
Alright, so I'll get my shield ready, walk into the door.
If you're going to do that, you might want to dodge first, because they're going to come out swinging as soon as you go through.
I was either guiding bolt or just straight up hit that goblin in the face, but yeah, I'll dodge before I go in.
Okay. Dodge is the action. 1 southeast. He's going to take his reaction at that point.
Both of them should, I think.
Disadvantage with the hobgoblin. 9 is not going to hit you. And then the goblin with the bow, he gets a natural 1.
The one to my southeast, I'm already in his zone of control, right?
You are already in his opportunity attack. However, he has used his reaction already, so he doesn't have another one.
I'll walk towards the further one.
1, 2, 3, 4. That was the cleric. After that is the wizard.
Move up to see if I can get a shot with Ray of Frost on that hob. I don't think I can, clearly.
Door would be open. Single object interaction. Door is open. You're good to go. Ray of Frost onto the hobgoblin.
That's a 19.
19 definitely is going to hit.
Ugh. 1.
1 point of damage.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely move right back out of view of these things.
Fighter.
Cleric got the breach, so I've got the clear. 2 steps in.
You going to open the other door?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I'll make that happen. What are you doing on your action?
I'm just going to whack him. Does a 20 hit dirty 20?
Dirty 20 hits.
For 7 damage. Let's push me east just 1 space. If he wants to go out that door, he's got to go through me.
Yeah, he can move into the previous space that you were in, but you're going to get an oppie before he gets to any of your friends.
Yeah, I know. I'll get that up before he goes in.
Hobgoblin does not want to have to fight the rogue. He doesn't want to get flanked, so he's going to back up to here. He'll make his attack. 15 to hit.
That will not hit me. AC 17.
He's a goblin, so he's going to disengage and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to go for the fighter. A 6 to hit you. Clearly it doesn't. Rogue.
I have to look up how drawing a weapon works. I think I can only draw 1 during my move action.
Draw or sheathe 1 weapon during your turn.
Yeah, just go ahead and run me 5 straight south.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And we're going to try and shoot the goblin. I don't suppose a 10 does it. Alright, that's my turn.
After that, we go to the cleric.
Try to hit the goblin with my hammer again. 15 plus 4. 6 plus 2, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. That is lethal. Action, movement. I don't think you have a bonus action, so I'm going to hit the wizard.
Move into where the door is and then fire a Ray of Frost.
He does have metal armor, if that changes your mind.
Yeah, but getting close.
If you hit him, it's no reaction to back away.
Oh, that's true. And it is with advantage, so yeah, let's try it. 17?
17 does not connect.
Yeah, that's the risk I took.
Then you're stuck there. Fighter.
And I'm just going to go ahead and hit him like it's my job, but that 12 is not going to connect.
So why the hit and not the shove backward away from your ally?
Honestly, I figure if I can shut him down, then we're all in the clear here.
I think your odds are better with the shove back. I think your stats are better with that.
Shove back is, what, opposed strength check?
Athletics for you, acrobatics or athletics for him.
I've got the same athletics mod as I do to hit mod.
But he's got a ton of armor. But I agree. As BlindOracle says, death is the best status effect. Hobgoblin is going to go for the wizard. 15 to hit.
A shield. I got mage armor on, so 13 plus dex, which is 15.
Bring up that shield, brings you to 20, and that blocks that hit. That's the Hobgoblin, who can't leave the fighter's threat range.
You can.
Yeah, we'll stay there. Rogue.
Drop the bow, pull out short sword.
Yep, move in for the kill.
The attempt. I assume a 24 hits. 12. Sneak attack. Yeah, that's why I moved in.
Okay, you got the sneak attack now. This is going to be a short encounter today. The party is going up against a single bugbear. While single monster encounters have fewer actions and less mobility than groups of monsters, that doesn't make them less dangerous. Single monsters generally hit harder, so if a player makes a mistake in their positioning, they'll get punished a lot harder for it. At this level, that can be deadly. Here's what the terrain looks like. The enclosed space favors melee combatants like the bugbear, but also the fighter and the rogue, so we'll see who makes the best use of it. Third encounter, bugbear. Bugbear is wearing hide armor and shield, wielding a morning star, equipped with javelin. Go ahead and roll up initiative. Anybody have above a 20?
I have exactly a 20.
I also have a 20.
Plus 2.
Plus 3.
15 through 20. 10 through 15. That's going to be me, the 13. 5 to 10.
7.
0 to 5 for the cleric.
4, yeah.
Rogue, kick us off.
We're gonna move up through the cleric, take the shot with the bow, and then fade back. But I don't think an 8's going to hit.
8 is not going to hit that hide armor. Fade back for 2 more, for a total of 4, easily within range.
Yep.
Wizard,
Jumping over the fighter to take the shot with Ray of Frost. 19.
19 will connect.
5.
5 points of damage,
And his movement speed drops 10.
and his movement speed drops 10.
Then moving back.
So I think you guys did that one perfectly. There's no reason to get the squishies out in front. We're going to charge 1, 2, 3, and swing that morning star. We're going to go for the fighter with the lower armor. That's a 9 to hit. Clearly misses. Yeah, so that's going to be the berserker. Fighter.
Just gonna go ahead and swing with the axe. 22 hit for 8 damage.
8 points of damage. Anything else?
No, I will stay where I am.
Cleric.
Hit it with my hammer.
Rolled hit.
God. 30, 20?
Dirty 20 hits.
For 5 points damage total.
5 points of damage. Okay. Back at top of the order. Rogue.
He counts as a medium-sized creature, yes?
He is indeed medium.
Excellent. I would like to slip through to the other side of him. While we're doing that, we drop the bow, we pick up the short sword.
Okay, you got a short sword.
Does a 23 hit
23 connects.
for 6 points total.
Oof.
1 to 2 on the dice.
Ouch. That's the rogue. After that is the wizard.
Ray of Frosting is going to have partial, right?
Yes, he's going to get partial for you firing through the fighter square.
Roger that. That's a 13 with partial on there. The 15 normally.
15. Okay, 15 is not going to hit him. Anything else for the wizard?
Mm-mm.
Berserker is going to go for the rogue. Does more damage. There's the swing. And 23 is going to connect. That was all the marbles, and he got those marbles. Take 8 points.
Okay.
He's still up?
Yep.
Fighter?
Can't push him back this time because he'll still be next to the rogue, so we're just gonna try and take him down as fast as we can. Gonna swing for a dirty 20 for 7 damage.
Dirty 27 damage kills him. This encounter has 2 goblins, 2 wolves. The goblins are riding the wolves. They're carrying bows at the start. The goblins are legitimate targets. The wolves are legitimate targets. If you kill one, then the other survives. Terrain layer, we've got some spikes over here. We got some fire over there. So this is only if you go through it diagonally. Is it a problem? If you get pushed through it diagonally. Otherwise, it's just difficult terrain if you move through it on those diagonals. But moving vertical or horizontal, you're fine. We got some spikes over here. You got some spikes up there. You got some spikes over there. Now let's roll up initiative.
It's a good thing that I'm killing it on my attack rolls because my initiative's trash.
Fear, we really truly appreciate your success in that arena.
Anybody beat a 20? 20 through 15.
18.
15 through 10.
12.
10 through 5.
8-3.
7.
Then they're going to start off. They have bows. They're going to move and ready actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready action to shoot when it walks out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready action to shoot anybody who comes out. So those are my 2 readied actions. Wizard.
Definitely not going out front. Because send the clothy out. Let's do it. I will basically move up to that corner 2 spaces up from the choke point there. To the left 1 more. Right there. And put dodge up.
Call dodge. Sounds good. Cleric.
Move 4 in, call dodge.
1, 2, 3, 4. You want 1 more?
Yeah, 1 more.
5. Okay, and that's 2 shots. First one gets a 14 to hit you. That's definitely a miss. Second one gets a 10 to hit you. Excellent way to draw out the fire. Rogue.
Oof. This is where being a stunty's kind of a problem.
Being a stunty's always a problem.
Go ahead and give me 5 on the diagonal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a pit right here which you are welcome to jump in. It's just difficult terrain to get in and out.
Second action dash, hop in the pit and use that as cover.
Do you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
It's difficult, cost me extra movement, yeah.
Yeah, so you're here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 8 there if you want it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Fighter.
I'll just go ahead and move up with a dash. I don't see any need to jump the pit and risk that when I think I lose only like a single square of movement going around it.
Yeah, you're 5 here. Where do you want?
Keep moving up to close on those wolves. Cover if I can get it from that tent.
I got you there at 12. That's the furthest you can get. Do you want it behind the barrels for cover?
Do I have cover from the tent that's to my southeast? Or would I have to be closer to it?
You would definitely have cover from the tent. The thing is, they could just move around.
That's fine. If I draw them out of their little hidey hole there, that works for me. It'll put them into the wizard's line of sight, so.
Yeah, you got cover from them. Back to the mounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he's going to shoot at you. Single shot. He gets 22 to hit, which sounds like a hit. He does 6 points of damage. And then the second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing. Single shot. Crit. 9.
I'm down.
Alright, those are the mounts. Wizard.
I'm going to move in to shoot, and I think I have to get in front of the cleric to get a proper LOS, don't I?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got line to that guy.
Perfect. My favorite game, shoot and run. 13?
You going for the wolf or you going for the rider?
Ooh, good question. Let's go for the rider.
13 will connect.
That is a whopping 2 points of damage. And run away.
Cleric.
Move up 5 towards the fighter, and then I'm gonna Sacred Flame. The wizard shot the rider, right?
Concentrate fire. Smart tactic. He fails to save. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of damage.
Rogue.
We're going to hop up out of the pit, take the shot on the one that's already been shot by everyone. Ugh, miss. 9 to hit.
And then jump back in the pit.
Yep.
Fighter death save.
That's a 5.
The mounts, they're going to go for the cleric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to shoot you from there. He gets a 7. That's not going to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then go for the cleric. 17.
18.
Wizard.
The one that's damage has been concentrated on, how far away?
From where you're going to wind up standing. 10 squares, 50 feet.
Perfect, that works.
Step out, shoot. Step back.
Yep, 14.
14 hits. He's got 1 hit point left, so he is dead.
Bye.
Cleric.
Move next to the fighter to stabilize him.
Alright, a medicine check.
I hope I'm good at that. I am not. That's a 13.
13's a success. Action, movement. You've got more movement if you want it.
I'll move towards the wolves.
Rogue.
Ooh, things are not looking good for our heroes here. Yeah, same thing. Let's go ahead and hop up and see if we can shoot the other rider. 14
14 hits. Roll that damage.
for 5.
Go rogue.
Fighter's turn is skips. Wolf. Wolf's going to go after the cleric. I get a 7 to hit you. Probably a miss. We're going to go 1, 2, shoot you. 17 to hit again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get away from the wizard at least. Wizard.
So I'll move back out. I see that the other guy's kind of playing the sliding game too, so I will focus on that wolf just to try to eliminate one more target here.
Oh no, you got line of sight around the barrels.
That is a 21.
You got it there. 21 hits. Roll damage.
4 points of damage.
Wizard moves back, I assume. Cleric.
Hit the one closest to me with my hammer. I don't think a 7 is gonna hit it.
You are correct. It will not.
That's me.
Okay, movement or no?
I'm gonna walk 1 step closer to the tent.
Even if it's difficult terrain, you can do that. Rogue.
Let's go ahead and pop up south this time instead of popping up east. That should give me line of sight onto the last rider. Not quite. I think I gotta give you one more.
He would have cover.
Go ahead and give me one more.
3.
Perfect. 24 to hit
24 hits.
for 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. That is lethal.
I got 2 points of movement left.
Back in the hole.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
Fighter is down. Wolf going after the cleric. Negative. We'll go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 19 to hit you.
Hit.
Ouch.
Take 6 points of piercing damage and a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. 1 second. 13 plus 2. 15.
Success. You are not knocked prone. After that, we go to the wizard.
Alright, moving out and shooting. Not natural 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Great, a 1. don't really need to do the dancing game.
Cleric.
Hit the injured wolf.
You got it.
15
15 connects.
for 5 points of damage.
Any movement?
I can move 1 space to the left.
Rogue.
Pop up out of the pit. I was going to try and shoot the injured wolf, but the injured wolf's going to get cover, but I got to start moving over there anyway.
They could do 1, 2, 3, and then hit the injured wolf.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. 14
14 hits.
for 6. There we go.
Back in the hole.
No.
You stay up. Okay. Because if I charge you, I'm eating the oppie, which you want to feed to your friends. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's just it. If he drops the cleric, we're in trouble. If he eats the fighter while he's down, we're in trouble. I gotta give him something else to shoot.
Then it goes to the wolf.
Decisions.
I think I can survive a single cleric attack, so I'm going to take the oppie and go after the rogue.
24 to hit
24 hits. I was wrong. I can't take it.
for a big 4 points of damage.
1, 2, 3. 22 to hit the rogue
Ouch!
Yep, that'll hit.
for 7.
Ow.
Ouch!
Strength save.
12?
12 succeeds. You are not knocked prone. All right, after the wolf is the wizard.
Alright, let's get him off of our buddy here.
Probably doesn't have a ton of health left. We might be able to burst this down. We might not.
Well, a 14. I don't know if that's gonna work or not.
14 hits.
5.
Cleric.
Gonna run up and hit it with my hammer. 14 plus 4, 18 to hit.
18 to hit.
Bring the hammer.
6 points of damage.
6 points damage. That is lethal. We've got one hobgoblin. Hobgoblin's the guy in the middle. You fought one of those before. Hobgoblin is wearing the same thing as last time. He's got chainmail and a shield, long swords, long bow, and 2 giant wolf spiders. Giant wolf spiders are on the edges of the cavern. Giant wolf spiders have giant wolf spidery things. 8 legs. I'm sure you learned about that in school.
If they were regular wolves, they'd only have 4.
That's what the terrain looks like, by the way. And some fire and some spikes in the back. Let's roll initiative. Anybody get higher than a 20? Anyone get a 20 through 15?
18.
17 for the fighter.
15 through 10. I have a 7.
I got a 7 minus 1.
I got a 6.
Wizard, kick us off.
Just the 2 spiders, right?
2 spiders and the hobgoblin in the middle, yes.
Roger that. Okay, kind of move where I can get a shot at one of that spider on the right side there. Actually, the left one will work.
I feel like we can learn from our previous experiences here and just choke point them at the door.
Yep.
I think that's the best plan.
17.
17 will hit a giant wolf spider.
7 and minus 10 to his movement. Let's dance back.
Fighter.
Up 20 to get into the room, sling a javelin at the hobgoblin. Now I've got line of sight on the wolf spider, so let's go ahead and throw the javelin there. That's going to be a 13 to hit.
13 connects.
Oh, well then. 6 damage on the wolf spider.
That's lethal damage to that wolf spider.
And then drop back 20 feet to the far side of that choke point. Sorry, 10 feet, 2 spaces.
The giant wolf spider, the only one that survived. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because he has movement. Oh, I can go 8. Yeah, we're going to go for the caster. 16 to hit.
I'll shield it as much as I want to.
Even more, you don't want to take that damage. Hobgoblin's got a speed of 30. He is out of range. Okay. He will drop his long sword and shield and pull out a long bow. Cleric.
Yeah, same trick as last time on the spider. 14 to hit.
14 connects.
7 points of damage.
Rogue.
The spider's still standing, it looks like. Slide me 3, and we'll just take the ranged shot. I don't want to drop the bow yet.
You got it? No reason to get in there if you don't need to.
14 for 5.
5 points of lethal. Spider drops.
Rest of my movement, I'd like to be behind the fighter on the diagonal.
After that, we go back to the wizard.
Vault over that fighter to shoot, and we're going to dance back after we shoot.
This one we should start closing in because he's got range now, so he's not going to come to us.
I ain't getting any close to that thing. And 8's going to miss, and dance back.
Fighter.
Well, I guess we'll do it differently than we did last time and move up 6 and dodge. And I'm going to draw my great axe in that process.
Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin is going to shoot at the wizard. Hobgoblin gets a 11 to hit.
It's a miss.
Cleric.
Move up 5. I'm gonna Sacred Flame him.
He passes. He's got a 20.
Nice positioning, by the way.
Rogue.
I'm gonna move up behind the cleric and hide, because I am allowed to take the hide action behind a medium-sized character.
You are indeed. Wizard.
Let's move out. Shoot. Not going to do it for 9. Deck back in our little covered area here.
Alright, that was a wizard. Fighter.
Close in for the melee attack. Ooh, that's a critical miss. Not that it mattered, it was a 2 on the damage dice too.
After the fighter, all set.
Yeah, just staying between him and everyone else.
Hobgoblin is going to drop his bow, return to his sword, pick it up, and attack you, the fighter. 21 to hit. Using the versatile ability, so it's D10. Take 8.
That'll put me on the ground again. Just exactly what I had.
After the Hobgoblin is the Cleric.
Move up 3. Just move me up to him. And then I'm going to hit it with my hammer. 30-20
Dirty 20 hits.
for 8 points of damage.
Rogue, unfortunately, you are no longer hidden.
Yeah, that's okay. It bought me the turn. Drop the bow. Is there a reason to drop the bow? Like, should I just keep plinking at him? There really isn't.
And the damage is the same.
I could get the sneak die if I connected in melee.
You get the sneak die because there's a hostile within 5 feet of him. You get the sneak die either way.
Even if you're using ranged?
Yep, range and finesse weapons, that's what you need.
Sure, yeah. On the diagonal then? Oh, that's a miss. 9. Dance back.
Wizard.
Second verse ends the first.
Okay, where do you want to go so he doesn't get cover?
To the left side of the cavern.
You got it.
23.
23, sounds like it's a hit.
Sick.
Oh, and that's lethal. So this is the Goblin Boss, wearing a chain shirt, has scimitar in one hand, javelins, wielding a shield on belt. But there's only one of them, so that's what that is. Start up with the final encounter. Go ahead and roll initiative. Anybody get higher than a 20? 15 to 20.
17.
10 to 15.
12-3 for the rogue.
11 for the clerk.
So the Goblin Boss goes first. Wizard, kick us off.
Oh, let's stick with the oldie but goodie.
Okay. Jump in front, shoot him, jump back.
12 is not going to do it, I'm pretty sure.
12 is not going to hit him. Jump back. Rogue,
We're gonna do the same thing. And 11 is not going to hit.
11 is not going to hit. You want cover?
Yeah, I want the cover.
The king, he has a javelin, so he's going to get cover behind the pillar and then ready in action to fire at anyone that he has a clear shot with a javelin at. Cleric.
Shield and hammer. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 up.
I would take the dodge action.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do dodge.
You got it. Okay, so that's a clear shot. And he's obviously going to whiff because you got a ton of AC and you're dodging. After that, we go back to the wizard.
Alright, let's get to where I can get a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 will put you there. So you're going to take partial cover from either the dwarf or the pillar.
Yeah, I'll take the partial. It's an 18 already.
He does not currently have a shield that does connect. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
8 points damage,
And minus 10.
You got one square back. You want it?
I would like to go prone.
You okay? You fall prone. Do you want to fall? Do you want to go one back and then fall prone?
Yep, that's kind of what I want to do.
You got it. I don't know that that's going to work, but we can try it. Because he's going to go before the cleric. Rogue.
I would like to move in front of the wizard and ready in action to take a shot with the bow.
Okay. Any shot or a unmodified shot?
I have to word this carefully, I guess. I'll take any shot not in cover.
Any shot non-cover, you got it.
Yeah.
He loops around this way, he's getting shot. He goes here, he's getting stabbed. So I want to get to the squishies. I think my best bet is just bum rush the squishies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to get the shot at that point.
Yep. 12's not going to do it, though.
12 is not going to do it. He's going to make it to you.
Does he get there with his 10 minus movement?
Oh, he does not. Oh, yeah, so with the minus 10 movement, he falls short. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as far as he can go. So he'll go here instead. So he'll go 1, 2, get shot, 3, 4. Okay. Or just run up this way and get shot at. Either way is fine. But he's going to attack the cleric. 16 to hit you.
I'm still dodging, right?
Not a crit to hit you. 16.
I'm still at 18. I still have my shield.
That's right, you went shield, though. That's a miss. Cleric's turn.
This guy has metal armor, right?
This guy has a metal armor. He's wearing a chain shirt.
Alright, I'm going to Sacred Flame him then.
He gets a 21 to avoid that.
It doesn't have a disadvantage on dex? Never mind. Yeah.
Not on Sacred Flame.
Do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll intervene between him and Squishies.
Wizard.
Stand up.
Yep. Half your movement. 15 left.
Shoot.
He's going to have cover.
Yeah, I can move over 1 or 2, kind of. Yeah. Missing with a 7.
Miss him with a 7. Yeah. You got one square. You want to go back?
Yeah, let's put a little distance this time.
Rogue.
Let's make him choose between squishies so he's not right on top of all of us. Saracen, can I go...
1, 2, 3, 4. You want one more?
No, I want one west.
5.
There, yep. So he has to take the attack of opportunity to get out of there.
Roll it up.
It's an 18 hit.
18 hits.
Perfect. With sneak dice.
Bring it home, Rogue.
Yeah, I wish. For 8 points.
That was a rogue. That was a move. That was a shot. I think that's it for you. King, I'm not taking this cleric down, so I'm going to go for the rogue.
Oppie.
I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Alright. 15 is not going to hit you, right?
15 will hit because I don't have a shield.
Boom!
D8. Only 5 points of damage total.
Only 5 points of damage is what it takes. He has 21 and he was at 16. So that is it. What do you guys think was the hardest encounter?
The wolves.
The wolves, by far.
Yeah, the wolves.
Yeah, the combination of mobility and ranged.
It's rough.
I think also the number, because there were only 2 initially, but having them being able to kite you around makes it difficult. Especially like first level is really hard. You get double tapped and you just drop. Like nobody has the stamina to survive more than 2 hits usually.
Right. Yeah, and the fact is that like kiting didn't matter too much in that fight because everybody who was participating had ranged attacks. I just was not able to participate because I don't start with much in the way of range. Like I have javelins, but I'm not really providing much without getting in close to somebody. But I think that the biggest issue there was just they had so much room to maneuver in addition to having a lot of effective hit points.
Well, they didn't have that many effective hit points because the wolves and the goblins are separate, right? So the goblins have
Right.
the goblins have 7 hit points. The wolves have 11. So when you drop the goblins off the top, at that point you can start tanking the wolves.
Right, although I would note that because it's 7 plus 11 plus whatever's left over from however hard you hit the goblin, it's effectively around 20 plus.
Oh, because there's no spillover, you're right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, if you hit a goblin for 11 damage, that's not 11 damage total to the target, it's 7 damage total. So, I don't know if they necessarily got any advantage, as I wasn't paying that close attention to the numbers, but I think between that and the fact that they could move around a lot.
Yeah, I think it was the mobility. They have a couple of rounds of being able to shoot at you without much of a response, or not entirely a response. The other thing about that is, if I had put them on foot, if I put the goblins on foot and the wolves just attacking, I would be able to make use of wolf bites and goblin shots. But when I'm using them for their mounting ability, for their mobility, I'm effectively cutting out half of my attack power.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
My DPS drops. It's kind of the same math as the first fight, where there were 2 melee goblins, 2 ranged goblins.
But we had much better cover in the first fight, plus one of those goblins basically didn't participate until the very end.
Yeah, the limited confines of the space dictated that because he didn't have any space to go to.
If he had been on a wolf, he would have been up on the wizard in almost the first round.
Yeah, with the dash, he probably could have.
Yeah. I think the other thing that made that encounter with the wolves harder is it was a longer encounter than any other, which means that it's more time we're actually on the table. And yeah, sure, it's about the same effective hit points and it's about the same number of effective actions if you split them, but that's more times we're rolling dice. That's more times we're getting dice rolled against us, so there's more chance for things like crits to pop up. And at this level, crits kill characters outright.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, this would not have been nearly as bad had we been second level. Like, I would have been up for all of the fights rather than down the way I was.
Yeah, and even as much as, if you get double tapped at this, you drop. But if you get double tapped at second level, you're like, well, time to use second wind. So you would have gotten a lot more of those.
Right, and I wasted so many resources of healing that I just didn't have the opportunity to use, because in the first set of fights, I never actually needed it, and in the second set, I was down and couldn't reuse it before the short rest.
Yep.
Yeah, I popped that first Cure Wounds way too early, I think.
Yeah, I will say, as far as I'm concerned, there's virtually never any circumstance where you ever use Cure Wounds, you don't even prep it.
Really?
Yeah, Healing Word beats it all day long.
Healing Word is better as far as I'm concerned in all circumstances. You never heal unless somebody's down. Healing Word is a bonus action, which means you get to attack at the same time. It's ranged, which means you don't have to be adjacent to me. I don't even bother prepping Cure Wounds.
Yep, I don't either. The Healing Word just is far superior in all cases.
Absolutely, yep. The only circumstance where that's not true is, we have extended periods between our fights, we took our short rest, but we still need a little more health, but there's almost no circumstance where Cure Wounds is the right move.
When you start looking at the action economy, that extra attack plus that bonus is a huge difference.
Yeah.
And the only time that you heal somebody is when they're unconscious.
It's when they're down.
Yep.
Because otherwise you're wasting excess healing. The only HP that matters for anybody, because you function just as well at 1 HP as at full, the only one that matters is the last one.
Okay.
We probably should not have healed me after I took that shot from the goblin, and it left me at 1 HP, because it's pretty tough to get to me unless I'm intentionally baiting the attack of opportunity for someone. So I feel like that was a wasted resource for us.
So have the cleric more in the fight as a melee combatant, and then prep healing word to throw that. Okay.
Yeah. Healing Word is your healing spell. I mean, ideally, the rogue and the wizard shouldn't be taking significant attacks. They should be staying out of sight. I've got healing for myself that I should be using as my primary heal. As long as nobody takes too much damage in the interim, we just use our hit dice on the short rests, and that keeps us up well enough.
Yeah, I guess on second level or third, I get Channel Divinity, which makes like group healing a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true for later levels.
Yeah, and you're Life Cleric, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so even your channel divinities are just about healing. The thing is, like, you don't actually need a healer in a lot of circumstances. You certainly don't ever want somebody to be, like, dedicated healing. Like, that's just not the best use of your time. Damage is always the ultimate currency.
So for the cleric, why go with the hammer attacks and not Sacred Flame? What were you thinking for that?
Goblins have pretty good decks, right? Or wolves. So, like, it's a DC 13 versus a +4 to hit. So, I'll be hitting, what, 9s and above? Most likely to hit.
The shield goblins, they got 15 AC, so you're hitting on 11. And that's the same as their save. Oh, yeah. So that you're right, that's better. So it's a 55% chance.
It's like a 55 versus, like, 50.
Oh, no, it's the other way around. It's 50% chance for you to hit with a hammer and the opportunity to crit versus 50% chance for them to save and no crit.
Probably the only instance where it's better is either you need the range or else a time when they would have cover that you can ignore.
I was going to say, Sacred Flame, in my opinion, always works best if you can't get towards the target in time. It's usually good to drop it then at that point if you can't clear that distance.
I did notice in this fight, for the fighter, the first thing you did is you charged in to the hobgoblin. Why not charge into the archers?
Because if I go to the archer, I think I either provoke the attack of opportunity, but I think their reactions were down.
Yep, they were.
But I leave the hobgoblin to go behind me, and that's what I wanted to prevent, was I didn't want him going behind me to the squishies.
You wanted to body block the doorway. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that if he's going to try and get past me, he's going to take that attack of opportunity, but he's not going to get into melee connection with the squishies. Whereas there's not much I can do about the range guys. They can shoot the squishies or they can not shoot the squishies. Even if I manage to take one down, that hobgoblin getting behind me is a much greater danger.
Okay.
Plus, as noted, we are first level, and he's the most likely person to one-hit KO a squishy. So, like, he's the guy that I've got to stop from getting that shot off.
Yeah, that's definitely true. For the rogue, what did you think about melee attacks versus ranged attacks? What was your thought process on which one you wanted to go with?
Understanding a little bit better now that as long as I don't have disadvantage on the attack, that I can pull off sneak dice with the bow. And given that at this level there's no tech to make that offhand attack better, there's almost no reason to use the short sword over the bow ever, with the slim exception of if I absolutely need to try and push through the extra sneak die to close something out, right? Like, okay, first attack misses, I get a follow-up to try and get the extra d6 in. But if the AC is that high, we're really gambling there to try and push the extra damage through. So realistically, no point in ever using a melee weapon at this level.
Yeah, I agree with that. That for a lot of the lower level stuff, the rogue wants to be in the back with the bow, right next to the wizard, rather than next to the fighter. At second level, you get disengage as a bonus action, so you can jump in, stab, jump out, and then you get some more tech with that if you pick up. There's a couple of feats that help out with that. But
you also get hide as a bonus action from there, so realistically, the play pattern will probably become move, hide, shoot. Generate your advantage that way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then for the wizard, you've got Burning Hands, Magic Missile as spells that you could cast. You went with Mage Armor, which I absolutely makes sense. I understand why you did that. And Shield. Why not Burning Hands or Magic Missile at some point?
Usually, it's just, in my opinion, key of having that shield to stay alive longer for that action economy later on down the road is better than maybe hitting something. Plus, I'm really trying not to get into a major set of combat. Like, I'm not want to be surrounded. If I'm surrounded, I screwed up at that point. So Burning Hands is just one of those last-ditch efforts, in my opinion. As for Magic Missile, I did debate using it in the spider fight there, but we burned that one down pretty quick where I was like, okay, and then the other charged me, and so I was like, alright, Shield's the answer.
Yeah, Shield's good, especially when you're starting off at something like 15 AC. It's like, well, I can push to 20, so if they're not cracking a 20, then they're not really doing it. In general, what do you guys think about the encounters? Reasonable for something a person would expect to see?
One of the times that I ran first level encounters with new players, like exactly the same thing happened. Crit with a crossbow, one shot, clerics down. So like sometimes that happens and you gotta be able to deal with it.
I think the only encounter I wouldn't have thrown at players was the wolf encounter, because I feel like, again, feel being the operative word there, that had potential to go sideways really quickly. Anytime that an encounter is that swingy, it's not an encounter I would necessarily throw at first level characters.
You don't think that if the fighter had chosen dodge instead of dash, that fight would have gone totally differently?
Oh, man. So if we're going to really break that fight down and say, let's play it as hard as possible, you could have started fish hooking us so that there was no point at which one of the wolves was not actively shooting stuff on the other side without the ability to get there, right? So you have terrain that we have to go up and you have a pit we have to navigate. And my ranged is as good as the goblins, give or take. Mm-hmm. So you can do the same thing, hop out, shoot someone, move back, have the other wolf stay on the other side. So now the fighter has the choice of moving in and getting shot from behind to do damage, or has to stand out in the middle while the wolf that isn't engaged pushes on squishies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, you can make this encounter super hard just by using the terrain and the advanced movement.
But then I'm shooting at armored targets who are dodging, and I split them up. They close on one of them. If you guys are hidden, if you guys are doing the same thing, then all I'm shooting at is armor. And granted, you're not getting any shots. You're only getting shots against the one that you can get angles on.
Yeah. So it cuts our rate of fire, and if we decide to expose, you can punish us for it.
Yeah, definitely this is not a fight that you want to be caught out in the open, unless you're wearing armor and dodging. Yeah, that would have been bad.
And the prone tactic would have worked in this fight a little bit too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm up, he sees me, I'm down, so you drop to the ground. They have disadvantage against prone targets. The only thing I would worry about that is
the wolf charge.
The wolves will just charge, yeah.
And now they have advantage to hit you, so I don't know if I would have done that back here. Oh, but I guess if you wanted to stay in the back.
You could have stayed up top and done it, and just kind of played that safe area where you have cover. If the wolf does start to come, you can kind of move back or jump in the pit to move.
Yeah, you could also stay out there and then ready action, so if they start fish hooking, like BlindOracle was saying, if they jump out, then you get to take a shot at them before they go back. And it's only a couple of times to hit before the goblins drop, because they only have, they can take at most 2 hits. I think 3 if you roll really bad, but generally it's 2 hits and they drop.
Also, I guess, just like in the context of like a normal campaign, you would probably have the rogue scouting ahead, like sneaking up on the goblins, hopefully take a pot shot.
Absolutely. So there's a whole other set of like how to set up these encounters, but it also goes the other direction. There's abilities that I think hobgoblins have, maybe.
Yes.
I think it's hobgoblins have an ability, or maybe it's bugbears, but if they surprise you, then those fights get a whole lot worse.
Bugbear, but it's only the first round.
You say only the first round, but
you can drop somebody for crit in that first round.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You could straight up murk somebody, right? If you do more than double their hit points, they're just dead, no saving throws. Yeah, you could easily, maybe not easily, but you get the first round drop on somebody with a bugbear at low level, and that could be the end of that character. I think there's definitely a lot to explore with ways of going about the getting from encounter to encounter, but that's a conversation for another day. Speaking of another day, congratulations, you're all level 2. I'll level up the characters. You have 100 gold pieces each.
I can tell you right off the cuff that fighter needs a health potion.
Yep.
I can tell you, I'm a huge component of somebody else other than the cleric having a medicine kit in the party.
Yep, that makes sense also. So if you guys think of some things, let me know. Otherwise, I'll level up the characters. That's all for the Goblin Warrens. Next week, we'll continue with level 2 and purging undead from a dwarven ruin. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Saracen Zero, and I hope to see you then.